Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a quick look at the North Face Borealis and Recon backpacks, which are two of their most popular offerings. And to me, these bags are actually quite similar. There's only a few subtle differences, so from the outside, if you're looking to buy one of these two, it can be a little bit tricky to decide which one may be best for you. So in this video, I'm going to be covering some of those differences and hopefully provide a little bit of help if you're interested in one of these bags. This is the second in a short series of videos that I'm doing comparing bags from some of the bigger companies that are currently on the market. If you want to see the first video that I did where I looked at the Borealis and compared it with the Osprey Quasar, I'll make sure to link to that in the description below. And before jumping into the video, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Danny, and on this channel, we love reviewing popular travel and everyday carry gear. If you like these types of videos and you'd be interested in seeing more, please consider subscribing as it helps the channel out a lot. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and jump in. To kick things off, I want to talk a little bit about the similarities between the bags, as it feels like there's almost more similarities than differences. For the aesthetic, both of these have the kind of typical North Face outdoorsy vibe. They feel slightly technical. They have straps and attachment points, compression. They're not super minimal bags by any means, but they still feel like they're going to work well for walking around campus, exploring the city, while still being very capable for taking into the outdoors for a hike or something like that. Both of the bags are offered in a variety of color combinations, and for the materials, same solid build quality that we've seen on many of North Face's other bags. Similar kind of recycled fabric materials that feel like they're going to hold up well over the longer term to rougher usage. They're going to offer a decent amount of weather resistance. You have YKK zippers all throughout, so solidly built bags for the price point that they come in at. And then as far as the harness system, this is an area where the North Face always excels. They have a very robust strap and back panel system. It feels great. Whether the bag is loaded out or you're wearing it for a longer period of time, it's something that I've called out in all of the reviews that I've done for North Face bags. And so you just feel like there's a lot of support, not much fatigue. So this holds up well against the best in the industry, and the layout here is pretty much identical. There's not a lot of difference between the two bags in that respect. And then moving into the organizational layout, there's some differences I'll call out here in a second, but as far as kind of the main compartment, you have a large bucket of space. It's particularly good for holding bulkier items, so if you have binders, books, or if you want to use this for travel, if you want to toss in a packing cube, it's great for holding some of the larger tech items that I like to carry with me, like headphones and drones and whatnot. So you get a lot of flexibility with the compartment, not a lot of internal organization. You have a separate laptop sleeve that offers a lot of padding and protection. You have the same quick access compartment on the front that's fleece lined, which is going to be great for holding, something like your phone, your sunglasses, anything you need to grab a little bit more quickly. And then you have an admin area that has some internal organization, same layout on both of the bags. It has that pocket with multiple slip pockets. You have some mesh compartments, you have a zippered pocket, a keychain holder, a little padded sleeve for your tablet. It's interesting actually how similar the layout is between some of the North Face's most popular bags, and I think it works pretty well. The compartment goes down about halfway to the front of the bag, so you don't get the full depth. So it's not going to store anything super tall, but again, you just have a lot of flexibility with what you can store in there and plenty of options for keeping all of your stuff easy to grab when you need it. On the exterior of both bags, you have some really nice water bottle pockets, one on each side, and then you have compression straps on the bottom, which are going to help, keep the bag a little bit slimmer, or for holding something like a yoga mat or a tripod. So nice flexibility on both of these, great organizational layouts. And then moving into some of the differences between the bag, aesthetically, there is some obvious difference on the front of the bag. So the Borealis has the bungee cord compression system, which has been updated in the 2021 version. I talked a little bit about that in the last video. This compression system works well for holding jackets, tripods, anything that doesn't fit inside of the bag. And with the new clips that they've included, it makes it easier to use, so I think that's a good update. They did, however, remove some of the daisy chain webbing that they had along the front, which I liked for pairing with something like a carabiner. That is actually present in the Recon backpack. On the front of the bag, you have 2 rows of that webbing, which gives you some extra flexibility for attaching items that you don't want to store inside of the bag. And then one of the key features of the Recon is you have this elastic kind of meshy pocket on the front, which is an alternative to the bungee cord system. I don't think it's as flexible as the bungee cords. With that, you really can place a lot of different shaped objects, whereas with this, you're a little bit more limited due to the capacity and shape of this compartment. So it's good for maybe placing some flip-flops, a pair of gloves, a jacket, maybe a bike lock. There is a lot of utility to having this compartment. and it's easy to grab stuff in and out of it, but it's just maybe not going to be quite as flexible as the bungee cord. So that will be one of the biggest deciding factors, I think, is whether you prefer this bungee system or having this kind of elastic slip pocket with the daisy chain. As far as the sizing on the company's site, the Recon is actually listed at 30 liters compared to the 28 liters for the Borealis, but as I've been wearing the bags, to me, for some reason, the Borealis just feels a little bit bigger or bulkier. I don't know if that's just with how I've laid everything out. Maybe I'm not compressing it in the way that North Face kind of intended, but it just feels slightly wider to me in particular. I'll throw up the dimensions on the screen if you want to take a look. Let me know what you think about the sizing. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. So for the sizing, I actually prefer the Recon a little bit more. Even though it's listed bigger, it just feels a little sleeker in my opinion. And then the last key difference that I noticed between the bags, and this is kind of a big one which may have an impact on which one you choose to go with, is the laptop compartment. So they both have a separate laptop compartment that offers plenty of padding. However, on the Borealis, that laptop compartment is properly suspended off the bottom of the ground. So it really feels like your device is very well protected when you place your bag down. If you drop it, the device is raised up quite a bit, which I'm always a big fan of in laptop compartments. For some reason, the compartment on the Recon isn't as well suspended as the Borealis. It does have some padding on the bottom, but when I place my device onto the inside, I can definitely feel it coming all the way down. And so even though it's padded, it just doesn't feel like it's gonna offer the same level of protection as the Borealis. You know, maybe for most people, that's not as big of a concern. Also, if you use a case on your device, and it's not fully exposed here, but I just wish that the laptop compartment had been a little bit elevated on the Recon and that they had kept that consistent. It was suspended in the Surge backpack as well, but then in the Kaban backpack it wasn't. I'm not entirely sure why that has been changed between the different models of the North Face backpacks. It's just a great feature to have, in my opinion. It just gives some extra protection, and if they're already doing it in one model, I don't know why they wouldn't do it in another. So something to keep in mind if you're torn between the two bags. Both of them overall are going to be really solid, kind of all-purpose bags. In general, I kind of lean towards the Recon a little bit. I just like the aesthetic, the sizing, and the daisy chains a little bit more than the bungee cord system. To me, this can tend to look a little bit messy. You know, that's kind of goes with the territory as far as a technical pack, and it looks good, but I just prefer the overall aesthetic and sizing of the Recon. I do like the laptop compartment in the Borealis backpack better. If I was only choosing based off the laptop compartment, I would go with the Borealis, but the one in the Recon is still good enough for the purposes that I would need. I just know I need to be a little bit more careful when I place the bag down. It's probably the version that I would go with, but again, either one would be great for the use cases that they're intended for. And if you're interested in a comfortable and durable backpack, you know, to take to campus or for travel, and these are going to be some great options to check out. And so that's it. Those are some of the similarities and differences between the North Face Borealis and Recon backpacks. Hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any specific questions that I didn't cover in the video regarding the bags, please let me know in the comments below. You can currently purchase these on sites such as Amazon, REI, Backcountry, or on the North Face's site. Both of the bags come in at about $100, which to me is a pretty reasonable price considering the features and the build quality that they have to offer, and they also compare well to other similar bags in this price range. And so as I was testing these out, these definitely reminded me of some of the other great bags from North Face that we've looked at over the past few months, primarily the Surge backpack, which like these has a pretty similar organizational layout. It's a little bit larger than these, and it also has some extra organizational pockets on the front. So if you're looking for a bag that's kind of this style, but that's gonna give you just a little bit more space and organization, that's gonna be a great one to check out as well. The Kaban Backpack 2.0 was also a really solid kind of everyday and minimal travel bag at 27 liters. It has a little bit of a sleeker appearance than these bags. It's more tech focused, feels slightly more minimal and modern. And so if you like the North Face's brand, if you like their harness systems and the organizational options that they provide, and you're looking for something with more of a modern look, then that's going to be another great option to keep in mind. The next bag these made me think of is the Patagonia Refugio backpack, which I looked at a while back on the channel, and that was a really solid 28 liter bag, very similar size range to this. It also has kind of an outdoorsy aesthetic, great organizational layout on that. It doesn't have the same comfort in the harness system, and it doesn't feel quite as robust as these bags. It is going to be a little bit lighter, and I actually like the pocketing on that a little bit more. I feel like it just gives you some additional options, some extra flexibility. And so if you're looking for a bag that's in this size range and that has this type of a vibe, then that's gonna be another great option to check out. Another bag this made me think of is the Osprey Metron, which is a really great commuter-focused backpack. It's particularly good if you like to ride your bicycle around town. It has a spot to hold your helmet, it compresses down, it has a really sleek shape, water bottle pockets, a very comfortable harness system. It comes in at about 26 liters, so maybe slightly smaller than these, but it can hold a ton, has a clamshell style opening, a separate shoe compartment, good laptop protection. And so if you're looking for a solid bag that's gonna be great for riding on your bike, then that's gonna be a fantastic option to take a look at. And then the last option that I'll mention here is the Evergood CPL24, which is one of my favorite daily bags of all time. It just has a great minimal aesthetic. It still has that crossover vibe that feels like it's gonna work well in the outdoors, but be sleek enough for work or the city. It has a great organizational layout. It's probably one of my favorite. Clamshell style opening, suspended laptop compartment. It covers a lot of the bases for what I look for in an ideal daily bag. That is gonna be a little bit more expensive than these bags, but it does offer a very solid build quality and a lot of value for that price point. So if you're looking for a reliable everyday bag that's gonna offer plenty of space and organization with a little bit more of a subdued style, then that's gonna be one of the best options that you can check out. With that being said, both the Borealis and Recon bags hold up really well against those options. And if you're interested in a pretty reasonably priced, durable, and comfortable bag that you can take into the outdoors, travel, campus, pretty much anywhere, then these are gonna be some solid options to consider. And I'm definitely curious to hear what you all think of the Recon and Borealis backpacks. Let me know in the comments which of these is the better one for you, and if there are any similar options that you think I should check out. And I want to thank you as always for watching and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.